초콜릿은 달콤해 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 오렌지는 상큼해 상큼해 상큼해.
Hi everyone, at this point I will be able to discuss about the determinants of bilateral descent groups as well as the determinants of lineages and clans. At this juncture, we will be able to define first what is descent. It is the means of origin or background of a person in terms of family or nationality. So next, we will be define what is bilateral descent groups. It is a form of the basis on common ancestry or identified founder. Also, it ties to the person's biological family of both his or her mother and father. Bilateral forms reflect both structural and functional differences when compared to unilineal descent systems. On the other hand, bilateral descent is a system of family lineage in which the relatives on the mother's side and father's side are equally important for emotional ties or for transfer of property or wealth. It is a family arrangement where descent and inheritance are passed equally through both parents. However, there are also unilateral descent. The name uni suggests with meaning as one or unicorn or unicycle. Unilateral descent is a kinship system in which descent is traced through only one gender. It's a family tree that is only tracked through the men or women of the family, but not both. When speaking of unilateral descent, there are two types. The most common type is patrilineal descent, in which an individual kin group or clan membership is traced through men. Making it easy to remember, we could say patrilineal descent is traced through your papa, or in a patrilineal descent system, your mom's family would be considered part. For instance, there are also non-unilineal descent. The principle whereby descent is considering by means other exclusively through the father and his male ancestors and the mother and her female ancestors. So, at this juncture, we will proceed to the determinants of lineages and clans. First is we will define what is lineages. It is a trace lines of descent to the same ancestor. A matrilineal is traced through the mother's line, and also the patrilineal traced through the father's line. Ambilineal are traced through either the mother's or father's line, the choice which might be made based on friendship or availability of resources, which is left open. A lineage is a unilineal descent group that can demonstrate their common descent from a known apical ancestor. Unilineal lineages can be matrilineal or patrilineal, depending on whether they trace through mothers or fathers, respectively. On the other side, the clan also define that are groups who acknowledge a common ancestor, but the exact genealogy might not be remembered. Oftentimes, the ancestor may be so far back in time that history becomes distorted so that the ancestor takes on the heroic proportions. A clan is a group of people united by actual or perceived kinship and descent. Even if lineage details are unknown, clan members may be organized around a rounding or founding member or apical ancestor. Clans in indigenous society tend to be exogamous, meaning that their members cannot marry one another. So that's all the information that I found from the determinants of the bilateral descent groups as well as the determinants of lineages and clans. So that's all. Thank you.